Hi there, my name is Anna Dolopo, I'm a licensed acupuncturist, and this is my 49th YouTube video. Thank you so much for being here with me today. My videos are also on Vimeo, vimeo.com/Anna Dolopo. I've been in practice since 1999, and I have two websites, moveyourqi.com, also pronounced moveyourchi.com, and committedtoabetterme.com. All of my new stuff, videos, testimonials, Yelp reviews, case studies, go on committedtoabetterme.com. So please visit both of those videos. They're heavily testimonials. Typically in my videos, I talk about a health issue. For example, what the person came in for, what their limitations are or were, what were the dates of the treatments, and how many treatments they had, what were the results, and how much they spent. So that's pretty much what I feel people need to know. And when you find out that, oh, this person had been suffering for so long and I was able to help alleviate or fix a condition within 1, 5, 10, 30 treatments, you realize that's health, total health is so much more accessible. That's the intention of those videos. So I'll give a brief case study right now. A 27-year-old gentleman came in today. He's in the military. He's been having this annoying pain in his shoulder for the last 2 months. He came in yesterday. Within the first 5 minutes, needles were put not in the area of pain. His pain decreased by 80 to 90%. I told him that the peak of the treatment will hit within 1 to 4 days, that if the pain comes back, he should come back sooner than later. He left with 80 to 90% improvement. Today he came back with 70% overall improvement. Today is Saturday. He's leaving back to the military on Tuesday, so he wants to get this fixed now. So today he left 80+% improvement, happy again. $80 yesterday, $55 today. For $135, his shoulder feels better than it had in 2 months. For him, it's worth the time, it's worth the money, and hopefully I fixed it today. And if he needs more treatment to completely get rid of the condition, to graduate, as I've been taught to share from Dr. Tan, is, hopefully I'll find him a balanced method practitioner in Arizona, close to wherever he's stationed. He came because his father, I fixed his condition in 3 treatments. His father also had an annoying pain in his left scapula for a few months, unable to get rid of it. I treated him last week. Came a few days later. He said he was 80% improved. After the second treatment, he came in yesterday for the third treatment saying that he was overall 95, 98% improved, that he was there for the final touches. Hopefully I fixed it. I said, go ahead and please send me some referrals because I love to get rid of pain. And he did. He sent his son. So that is an example of a case study. So with the father, I charged $80 for the first visit, $55 for the follow-up because he came within, actually $60 for the second, and then $55 for the third because he came within 3 days. So as 80 plus 60 is 140 plus 55, $195 total, if my math is correct. I'm thinking really fast right now. I was able to fix something that was bothering him for several months. That is my typical case study. That is my typical video. I take a case study and just explain what I did. None of the needles went to the area of pain. Thanks to Dr. Tan's balance method, now thanks to Si-Yuan balance method. If you want to know the style that I do, go to Si-Yuan, S-I-Y-U-A-N, balance.com. Those are now my teachers. My colleagues are now my teachers. What I want to talk about today is especially geared towards my patients and the colleagues that I'm counseling. I've been really focusing on promoting my consultation business. It's been since 1999. I've been in practice for 17 years. I've been a student of the Global Information Network since 2011. My training in Your Wish is Your Command has been since 2009, and I'm humbled and I'm grateful for the wealth of knowledge that my mentors have been bestowing upon me. Dr. Tan, when he was alive, I trained with him for almost 10 years, and he was a huge impact on my life. He still is. I feel his presence. I feel his energy, especially when I was with Si-Yuan Balance Method last weekend in San Francisco. And I have my business mentors who are really impactful in my life. And one of the principles that I really practice is do it now. And I want to expand on that in just a few minutes. This principle I can talk about for 3 hours, and at least. This concept of do it now is a great secret in my success. When people look at my life on Facebook, they're like, wow, I train my dogs, I train Jiu-Jitsu, I'm a mother of a 12 and 6-year-old, I have a busy acupuncture practice, I'm happily married, I've got all kinds of things going for me. Um, I've got a lot of things on my plate. One principle that my gym brothers and sisters and I do practice is do it now. If you want it, you will do it now. If it's worth it, you will do it now. There's only one answer to the question, what would you be willing to sacrifice? What would you be willing to do to achieve that goal? And the answer is whatever it takes. But it should be followed up with whatever it takes to do now. I need to do it now. Don't wait until the whole picture is painted for you. You need to just make the ball start moving. When you have a desire to do something, something needs to be in place for that goal within 24 to 48 hours. Otherwise, it's highly unlikely that you will do what you say you're going to do. I have a lot of patients who share their dreams, their goals, their endeavors with me. And I tell them you got to do one thing, even if it's small, towards that goal. And if they come back and they didn't read a book that I recommended, or they didn't listen to an audio that I recommended, or they didn't do a particular activity to get that ball moving forward, they don't want it bad enough. You have to do it now. You have to take steps doing it now. So say, for example, when I was with Si-Yuan last weekend, my colleagues, Eileen, Dr. Delphine, and Paul, had me speak for, you know, they wanted me to speak for 20, 30 minutes to a class of about 100 and about some of my case studies. I realized when I was talking to about 100 students that so many of them, 98+% of them, were new to the field of balance method. One thing that I noticed that they shared with me is that marketing in Chinese medicine in our field is lacking. And so now I'm taking steps to make it happen because while I was talking, they looked up my reputation online and they found that they said, you have 105 Yelp reviews. And I said, well, actually, it's more like over 170. Yelp tends to delete them and they have their reasons why, but it was still impressive to them. And if you go to both of my websites, that's where most of them are. The reason why I have so many is because over the years, I just always did things consistently, and that consistency had to do with now. I had to do it now. When someone was fixed, I would send them an email saying whatever I had to say, and then I would get a testimony immediately. It's the doing something for that goal now. So when I was with that group last week, I realized there were a group of people saying you need to share some information regarding marketing. You need to share some information on how to get a lot of these Yelp reviews for themselves, how to promote themselves. So I already started taking some steps. I made an immediate step. I went to my office and I made one huge immediate step. Then I'm going to take the next logical step until the next logical step until I become a CEU provider teaching something about practice management. In this particular case, how to brand oneself, how to market oneself. So don't wait until the whole picture is painted and do it within 24 to 48 hours. I tend to do it now, even if it's one little step, because that one little step today is going to create the seed for something to do tomorrow. The desire to have it done. If you really want something, if it's a business you want to create, if it's a book that you want to write, if it's you want to be in theater and you want to be an actress, or you want to be a musician, you want to be a dancer, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a teacher, you want to go back to school, you want a lover in your life, you want to get married, you want to have a child, whatever, whatever desires you have, time, money, people, health, and freedom, those are usually the things that people care about the most. If there's something that you really want, whether it's financial, whether it's material, whether it's immaterial, whether it's tangible or not, whatever desire you have that you want to accomplish into your life, you have to have desire to get it done. Something that I share with my 12-year-old is the days that I don't want to go to Jiu-Jitsu are the days that I have to go to Jiu-Jitsu. When I feel lazy, those are the days where I have to go and I make myself go. I gave that as an example to doing our homework or practicing the violin. The days you don't want to do something are the days you have to do it. And if you live by that motto, then you're honoring your initial intention. There's that intention to do something in the beginning, but the problem is the reason why most people don't accomplish it is because they don't follow through that intention. You have to follow through with your desires. If you really want something, you will sacrifice whatever it takes in order to get it. So, because I want so much to be a CEU provider, I'm going to go ahead and give these free videos and share something, principles, little principles here and there that may just be just a few minutes that I can easily talk about for 3+ hours. Doing creates preparedness. So, a lot of times people want to do it perfectly right now, and nothing is done perfectly right now. I can tell you, practicing the violin, it's a lot of work. Practicing Jiu-Jitsu and doing that armbar right, or doing that kimura right, or doing that triangle right, or just even, the takedown right, or pulling guard right, it is a lot of work, and you're not going to get it right the first time. And even if you do get it right the first time, are you going to get it right the next 10 times, the next 20 times? It's repetition, and it's willing to have trial and error. I've been in practice since 1999. As of today, it's now 17 and a half years of trying and erroring and trying and erroring. And I know, even as a consultant, sometimes I'll deliver the best information, and sometimes I may not deliver as great information as the next day. Every day just gets better and better and better. These days, I'm giving personalized audios to very specific patients for just a couple of minutes. They're people that I know very well, and I'm just giving them personal information that they get to listen to every day because one of my mentors has done that for me, and I listen to it every day, and it empowers me, it activates me, it gets me started for my day, and I decided to make this as a gift for some of my patients. So, besides those personalized audios, something else that I like to share is that power comes from momentum. So, when there's something that you want, you have to just move forward, move the ball forward. When you're moving the ball forward with your life, when there's something that you want to accomplish and you just try to do it, it creates this power. The momentum creates this power. It's this power of momentum. You're going for something that you want, and it makes you feel successful. When my friend messaged me and she said, there's so many videos that I want to make, I just been putting it off. Well, what can you do today, even if it's for 1 minute? I have an issue with doing things under 10 minutes, and I know I need to keep this down for under 8 minutes, but in this particular case, I'm going as long as I need to, just to give you a bird's eye view and what I understand about the do it now concept. When you do it now, you create this feeling of accomplishment, whether it's wanting to lose weight, which I've done, which is one, or if it's wanting to join a gym or start doing qigong by yourself, or yoga, or just stretching at home, or riding a bicycle at home, or going out and about and riding your bicycle. When you do it now, when you're exercising, you feel like you're losing weight. When you want to write a book and you write just one page, you're making the ball go forward. When people want a new career, just looking into the yellow pages or going online and seeing, what can I do? I want to be a photographer. Maybe just getting a simple camera or just with your Android or your iPhone and just start taking pictures. You're moving the ball forward now. It's not something that you keep wishing and wishing and wishing. For my patients, if you go to both of those websites and you see the longer testimonials, those are people who put time into their health here. Those are people who really focused on wanting things, and they sacrificed what they could afford, time and money, and how much money they could and how much time they could in order to achieve the results that they wanted. So success comes from activity, power comes from momentum. When you're constantly doing something, you're moving the ball forward towards your dreams. Stagnation happens, people feel stuck when they do nothing. It's been said that Albert Einstein said nothing happens until you move. And I live by that. We must constantly be in motion. We must constantly be moving. I talked about trial and error. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to create some errors in your life. It's okay. You're not going to get it right the first time. When you're marketing, just try. Just see what happens. Even if you, there are people I know with marketing degrees who are in my practice that don't know how to create a business. And I tell them just use what you know and just go from there. Seek out the people who know how to brand, seek out the people who've done it and find out what they've done, and you do the same thing. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. 17 years of practice, I have made mistakes. And they said that Michael Jordan missed so many shots before he became the best, among the best. I think one can argue he's probably the best basketball player, but I don't know. I think since then his records have been broken. But to achieve the level of success that Michael Jordan has achieved, or other basketball players, or other athletes, or other fighters, or dancers, or artists, people that we tend to edify in society, those people made mistakes and mistakes and mistakes until they got it right. And sometimes they got it right in the beginning, and sometimes they made mistakes. And those are risks that I would say 80–90% of the general public do not want to make. So don't be afraid to just try. When you fall down, just get back up. And one thing that I do want to leave you with is that do it now people are the most successful. I mentioned earlier that I have mentors myself. I have mentors myself, and my mentors are not always Chinese medical mentors. They're people in Jin, and there are people outside of Jin, and there are people in Chinese medicine, people outside of Chinese medicine. I learn from the best. I do my best to invest in myself with people who have achieved so much in life. And many of these people who are the ones who took risks and had the consistent application, had the consistent trait of doing things now, learning from their mistakes, making their activities, their actions more precise, more correct as they went along the way in life. So, to everyone who's watching this, especially if you're a licensed acupuncturist or a certified acupuncturist or whatever, however you need to be certified around the world, and if you are interested in my work in consultation, one of the principles that I will share with you is to do it now. I hope that I've shared as much as you need to know, and we can break it down more. There are so many other principles that I can share that I've learned over 17 years in private practice, that I learned when I was working in 2 community medical clinics that were low income, that I learned when I was in a homeless shelter, treating people in the homeless shelter with acupuncture, that I learned with the Global Information Network, that I'm learning as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, that I'm learning as a mom. There are so many things that create success, and one of the major principles is knowing how to do it now and doing things consistently and not effortlessly, doing things consistently over a longer period of time until it becomes just natural behavior. Okay, thank you so much. If you need to get a hold of me, if you'd like to get a hold of me, my 2 websites are moveyourchi.com and committedtoabetterme.com. My information is there, my email, my Facebook account is facebook.com/EIH Move Your Chi. Elements in Harmony, Move Your Chi. All right, thank you so much. I hope you have a great night.